Well, welcome to the review of the game that is everything a game should never be. This is the review of No Thing, which was originally released in March 22nd of 2018 at a price point of $4.99. Though it didn't even make it a month before that dropped quickly to $1.99. And when you watch the gameplay footage and see the review, you might be able to figure out why for yourself. Hold on to your seats, because this game is kind of trippy. I would have to say if I was going to compare this to anything, it would be more like a 1970s or 80s European acid trip on acid. So, you as the protagonist of this game are basically a delivery person, and you've been tasked to deliver a package. While you're attempting to deliver this package, you're running through a maze, which is a complete circle, while being accosted by some sort of Orwellian dystopian overlord who gives you cryptic messages one sentence at a time every few turns. If you start to build up these messages, it starts to paint a bit of a picture, even though the cryptic nature of the picture never really goes away. These squares that I'm grabbing now actually help to slow your character down, because the more turns you make, the faster you travel. As you make one lap after the other, those little cubes get fewer and further between. I believe there's 2 on your first pass, 1 on your second pass, and none on your third pass. And the whole time, in addition to the very distracting language that does cause you to invest a little bit, the color on the screen starts to flicker and fade, the shades change, and overall it seems that the game is just trying to distract you. Well, the more that you play it, as the music is incredibly repetitive and the level being a circular maze is also incredibly repetitive, you start to realize something that I believe the game's designers did intend. And the more you play through it, the more of the monotony that you succumb to through this game, whether it's through the music, the visual confusion, or just literally running multiple laps around the same circular maze and still not being able to complete it, you're confronted with the feeling of the confusion of being a character in a dystopian society as a cog in a giant machine. And while this is a great psychological tactic to manipulate and demean, I'm not sure if it's really appropriate for video games so much. I mean, as far as I'm aware, games are still more for entertainment than psychological lessons and re-education. Now, being a bit of a glutton for punishment, I have played this game, like I said, before even recording this, for well over an hour, and still haven't made it past level 1. Though, I gotta say, my reaction time and prediction of these turns has gotten better, but the complexity of the maze itself doubling back on itself does make it almost impossible to have a turn-by-turn muscle memory to actually allow you to kind of cheat your way through. If you were relying on the prediction of the distances as they're coming toward you at each turn, that gets changed up by the speed element. If you slow your speed down and you've gotten used to predicting the turns in advance, you're going to cut too short. If you miss a slowdown on your second playthrough when you were used to having a little more time, you're going to jump off the edge. Kind of like that. When you finally make, I believe it's the 4th pass, which is the final leg of level 1, it starts to incorporate new graphics and bring in more unique dialogue, let's just say. And it becomes more and more distracting as you go, in addition to getting faster. This all adds to whatever the creator's idea was of subjecting the game player to his or her realization of what this Orwellian future might be, and how to subject you to it on a psychological state that would actually make you feel the struggles of this protagonist in the game. That being said, I don't want to be the protagonist of this game. That sounds terrible. But as an art piece, as an experiment in human psychology, I think it really gets its point across. But again, this isn't an experiment in psychology. This is a game that you bought and paid for and thought you might enjoy. If you're a fan of being angry, rage quitting or brainworm type music, this game might be right up your alley. Who am I to judge? Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, if you think it saved you from potentially wasting your money or killing some brain cells, give me a like or subscribe to stay updated on newest videos. Thanks for watching. Seriously.